I'm just calling to say I...
What's up guys, Rage Quitting here, back with another video for you guys, and I'm going to show you the secondary build that I've been using mostly for solo shuffles right now in pre-patch. Little flex here real quick. I hit 2300 in solo shuffles the other day. I just posted a video guide about a Demon Hunter build that you can use to get like the most damage possible. I'll link that video in the description of this one, but that build I was using mostly until I got to maybe around 1800 in solo shuffles, and then when the players got a little bit better and people don't just die in like 5 seconds, you know, I ended up switching the build because the way I was running it before was with the Sigil of Misery for the 20% damage increase, and that was really good and it did well for the most part in the early stages of solo shuffles, because people don't really use their cooldowns and add-ons are not working, so people can't tell what's going on, and you know, I just do the combo and people die, right? So in the early stages of solo shuffle, when things are going well, and that build was really strong because like I said, people just die in a couple seconds anyway. But later on, when the matches started to get a little bit longer because there was more competent players in the solo shuffle queues, you know, that build was not really working for me anymore because Sigil of Misery is on a really long cooldown, so you really only get to use it once per game, maybe twice. It takes a lot more setup. This build right here that I'm going to show you guys is working really well for me right now, especially because now we have a lower cooldown and fury cost on Chaos Nova, so you can use your AoE, you know, crowd control more often. And then also we have better self-sustaining healing with Collective Anguish. This build is also linked in my other video that I posted a few days ago. That'll be in the description, but I didn't get to talk about this build. I kind of just threw that build in the description of the old video just to give you guys another build that you can use. And this is the one that I've been using to climb rating in solo shuffle. And it works really well because the Collective Anguish also summons Vengeance Demon Hunter, the I-Beam, and it heals you, right? And paired with the Blind Fury I-Beam talent that generates Fury and it increases the duration of the I-Beam, you can now heal for more because it channels for longer period of time, right? But I'll copy this build here and I'll put it in the description so you guys can copy it and use it for yourself. But the main things that are different between the two is obviously we're not going down the right side for Sigil of Misery, we're going all the way down the left side. We're taking the talent for Chaos Nova, and then we're not using the dot on the hunt, we're just using the regular hunt, keeping darkness of course, and then going down the left side for Collective Anguish. And then on the right side is still the same as the old build. We're using Soul Rend with Fodder to the Flame and Any Means Necessary. But because we're going to use Soul Rend and Any Means Necessary, we have to re-gear for Mastery. So I dropped a lot of the haste gear in the last patch in Season 4. You know, all throughout Shadowlands, haste was the best stat for Demon Hunters. But now that the trees are different and now that you're getting this talent right here, Any Means Necessary, Mastery is now the best stat that you can use. So we dropped a lot of haste and we're going into Mastery gear. So right now I have 60% Mastery, 38% Verse, and then, you know, 15% haste, 12% crit, whatever. The other thing here too is the Legendary Fell Bombardment. We're going to be using this Legendary for now because it just buffs your Throw Glaive damage because we're using Soul Rend down here. And let me just go ahead and do a quick demonstration of the damage on the target dummies. In PvP, in solo shuffles, and in 3v3 rated, there's been times where I've been able to hold like upwards of 25k DPS. And on the low end, when I don't have good uptime or it's a harder matchup, it's like 9k DPS-ish or whatever. But I kind of average like 15k around there. But in those other matches where I'm able to get really good dot spreads on everything because of, you know, Metamorphosis, applying Sinful Brand to all the enemies, and then doing fat I-Beams on everything, you know, damage can spike really, really high. So right now, Covenants are still a thing in pre-patch. So since we already have the hunt from the tree and we already have Fodder to the Flame, you know, the way to take advantage of the Covenants right now with Demon Hunter is to go, you can go Venthyr for the Sinful Brand, and the most ideal opener for you is to get the enemies stacked up in a group so that you can land your Metamorphosis on all 3 targets and then go ahead and AoE stun them and then I-Beam all 3 targets and then use the Throw Glaives to apply the Soul Rend dot here. Okay, so quick example that I'll just do it real quick here. Meta everything, AoE stun, and then I-Beam. And just from that full channel I-beam, let me go ahead and show you guys this damage breakdown. I didn't even use the throw glaives yet, but Sinful Brand Dot plus I-beam on everything was at 24k DPS, you know, and it's still ticking. And then on top of that, let me just go ahead and throw the glaives out here. So just from throwing the glaives, you know, now this Soul Rend Dot is just ticking away on all 3 targets. Really high damage output here. Okay, so once again, specking for mastery, we're using Fell Bombardment, the build right here. So really good AoE damage, AoE pressure. And the way that you want to use this build is to just keep using Throw Glaive, because now Throw Glaive, you have an extra charge on it from this talent here. It costs Fury now, but it'll also throw a second glaive at the same target, which will then, you know, keep your Soul Rend dots up, ticking higher. And then it also deals more damage for each enemy hit, and the throw glaive bounces, right? So it'll just keep doing more damage. So the rotation is, you know, you kind of just do everything like you normally do when you're playing Demon Hunter. The only difference now is you're prioritizing throw glaive. So throw glaive should just be used off cooldown, just to maintain maximum damage possible. All right, guys, so one more time, I'll do the rotation on the dummies here and show you guys what it can do. So when you go in with your Metamorphosis, you try to make sure it hits all 3, then do a Chaos Nova on all 3 targets, do an I-beam, throw glaives, and then do the rest of your damage like normal. So we'll go ahead and do it here. I'm gonna line up for the triple I-beam, okay, and then go ahead and throw the glaives out. And then you can also use the hunt, and then do your damage like you normally do, but just keep on making sure you throw the glaives out. And I'm holding 45k DPS right now on 3 targets. So yeah, I mean, this build is just insane with the damage. And then, but also the reason why we're using this build in solo shuffles is because it has a lot of good self-sustain. So if I was low, you know, making sure that you can line up your I-beam to hit as many targets as possible when you're lower on HP, so you can get a lot back. We're at 44k DPS right now, but getting a lot of health back because of this talent right here, Collective Anguish, okay? So this is the build that I've been using in Solo Shuffle Rated. It helped me get to 2300 right now, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on another one. Peace.
I'm just calling to say